So not only have I not been able to visit my kids very often, and that's not because their dad doesn't allow me to, it's just that I live 6 hours away from them. I live in Spring, Texas, which is close to Houston, and they live in La Jolla, Texas, which is close to McAllen. But that's just one of the the smaller consequences of not of living away and not having custody of my children. But another consequence is the relationship that I have with my daughter is not where it should be. I have a 20-year-old daughter, and I am also a grandmother. She has a 6-month-old baby, and she talks to me now, but she didn't talk to me for a long time. And when she did talk to me, it was very short, and it was just hi, bye, okay. When she was married, I was not invited to her wedding. And that was probably the thing that she could have done that hurt me the most out of everything in this world. Because that's the day that a mother looks forward to, being at her daughter's wedding, and then just because you don't believe the way she believes, all of a sudden you're not allowed to go. But that's part of their shunning. And they think that by hurting their members, that they're going to get a long way. And it just made me angrier and made me want to go public with this, expose this religion for what it really is, and how it tears families apart and breaks people up. My daughter still to this day, she'll talk to me. Technically in this religion, you're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat with people who are disfellowshipped, as they use the term that they use. I actually disassociated myself because I asked not to be a part of this religion. But she still eats with me. She'll let me sleep at her house, on the floor in the baby's bedroom. She'll still talk to me, but she keeps things from me. She takes sides with her dad. Her dad was remarried, and she and her stepmom, I guess she's kind of replaced me in a sense. And I'm just, I'm glad that at least she treats her right and they get along. That to me is more important than anything. But that, right there has to be one of the most hurtful things that has happened. My parents have shunned me, or pretty much they've disowned me. They told me when I left the religion, my dad told me over the phone that they didn't need me. That, yes, I was their daughter. Yes, they loved me. But as long as I was not in that religion, that they wanted nothing to do with me. And the only way that they would have something to do with me is if I decided that I was going to go back. They said they didn't need me. That they have many, many, many spiritual daughters that could replace me. And so pretty much they were just letting me know that it was either I lived by their standards, like I had always been, lived in the religion that they brought me up, lived like they wanted me to live, or else they weren't going to accept me. I heard from my parents twice recently, and that's twice in the past 3 years. And it was pretty much because there was a stabbing and then a shooting at a couple colleges here close by to where I live, and they know that I teach at a college, and so they sent me a text and said, "Hope you're okay. We heard about the shooting. We heard about the stabbing." And I told them, "Yes, I'm okay. Thank you." At first I didn't know who it was because I didn't have their number, and then they just put, "By the way, this is Mom and Dad." And then I didn't hear anything back from them. So, I know that I am their daughter, I am their blood, flesh and blood, and I know that part of them, they love me, but they love their religion more. And I will never be able to change that. And I'm not going to give up my self-identity. I'm not going to give up who I am just to make them happy as I have done all these years. On a good note, I'm happy to say that I've reunited with my siblings. I have 3 half-brothers and 1 sister that are all also raised as Jehovah's Witnesses and all have left that religion as well. They all live in Washington State, so I don't get to see them that much. But they too have struggled, and for the most part, have received some sort of therapy. That's how bad this religion is, because it is a mental. It really ruins you. It really, really can, because you grow up always feeling guilty about everything you do. You feel like somebody's watching you. You feel like you can't do anything. So not only do you feel guilty, you tend to criticize people easily. And Jehovah's Witnesses do criticize others very, very easily. They criticize each other easily. And did you see so-and-so? So-and-so's wearing a shirt that's too low cut, or a skirt that's short, right above the knee. Little things like that. It's ridiculous, the measures that they will go. But at least, now I have that relationship with my sister that I've been longing for and missing out on for all these years. And being able to reconnect with my brothers, especially, Chris, with whom I've become really, really close with, because we have a lot of shared memories together as children. But there's been a lot of pros and cons. But now the reason that I put these videos out is because I'm asking for your support. I cannot afford a lawyer, and I've emailed a few pro bono lawyers, and I've gotten no response. I did have one person call me back, and lo and behold, his mother-in-law is a Jehovah's Witness, so he didn't want to represent me. And he pretty much told me that I didn't have a case, because this is more of a religious battle than it was a custody battle. But he doesn't see where this is going, and how the lives of my children and how much they are in danger. So if I could get a lawyer and have somebody help me, I would. I just can't afford it. So I'm gonna have to represent myself. I know it's a huge challenge and a big risk, but my kids are worth it. So the rest of this day today, I'm going to actually go to the courthouse library and the law library and start on my research. But before I do that, before I go there, I wanted to at least post this. YouTube videos, my Facebook, Custody for Mom, and I'm tweeting as well under Vangela Denny. And I'm trying to do what I can do. So any support that I can get from you, from anybody that would be very great. I would be very grateful.